Hey, what's up, everybody? Thank you so much for joining me for another episode of Let's Talk About It, Jen. But we are doing BAM Woman Magazine, and I have the wonderful Miss LaRhonda Hamilton here with me. She is going to introduce herself and let us know who she is. She's a BAM woman, y'all. Beautiful, ambitious, motivated, and I'm so glad that she decided to be a part of this magazine. So, Miss Hamilton, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you
And
for having me.
yes, ma'am. Let the world know who you are, what you do, and where you're from.
Okay, again, my name is LaRhonda Hamilton, and I am currently a criminal justice professor at Tyler Junior College. I've been in Tyler for 3 years. I relocated from Texarkana, Texas, where I taught criminal justice at a high school on Texarkana, Arkansas side, but lived on Texarkana, Texas side. But I am originally born and raised from Crockett, Texas.
Wow. Okay, cool beans. So welcome to Texas on this
Thank
side of
you.
Texas.
Thank you.
We are glad to have you. Okay, so as a professor at TJC, what exactly do you teach?
I teach criminal justice. I actually teach the majority of the introduction to criminal justice classes,
Okay.
courts, and corrections, because I did work in the correctional system for 10
Mhm.
years before
Oh, wow.
I went back into the military. I am a veteran, a 21-year vet.
Awesome. Thank you for your service. Goodness
You're
gracious.
welcome.
That is awesome. Thank you. Okay, so in your journey of being a professor and being just an educator, period, what are some of the things that you've noticed, of course, in our community that we've kind of struggled with as far as learning the criminal justice system and everything like that?
Right. Like I said, I started teaching criminal justice on the high school level,
Mhm.
and really they were put into the criminal justice classes as an elective rather than chosen. So I
Okay.
had a lot of students who were not really interested
Mhm.
in criminal justice, but some had gone on and decided they wanted to pursue a degree in criminal justice, and they still stay in touch with me and let me know how things are going for them. But
Yeah.
on the collegiate level, these students, they choose criminal justice, and a lot of them choose it because they want to pursue a career in criminal justice, but some are undecided and they're just trying to find their way. So those who are not really interested in criminal justice, when they sit in class, uh, actually they could care less.
Yeah.
I guess I can
Yeah.
say that. I try to gain their interest in it,
Mhm.
but the day and time that we're in, and a lot of things that are happening, or people are frowning upon the criminal justice system. So I have some of our
Yes.
African American students who have a lot of anger and frustration, in their hearts because of what is going on in today's world. So, I
Yeah.
try to keep that neutral line to let them know, and they don't want to hear it, that not all police officers are bad.
Right.
Just like not all students are lazy, not all
Mhm.
police officers are bad. So I try to give them this analogy.
Mhm.
I use strawberries instead of apples. And you
Yeah.
go to the store and you see this thing of strawberries, and you see bad strawberries on the top, you're
Mhm.
not going to buy that thing of strawberries because the bad is surfacing to the top. But if
Right.
you take those bad strawberries out of that container, now it all looks fresh. So I believe if
Mhm.
we together, erase these corrupt officers and hold them accountable, and their consequence against their actions, then I feel like we could get those bad police officers out. And if we work
Absolutely.
on that, maybe I get African American students more engaged and more interested, because we need minority within our criminal justice system. So that's what I talk
Yes.
on, and I try to bring them on board, because I feel like you should be the change that you would like to see.
Absolutely. And I commend you for that because, that is so true. Not all police officers are bad, but the bad ones are making the good ones look suspect. So
Yes,
I commend you for, teaching that because
thank
I
you.
don't think everybody's doing that. So,
Right.
um, how does it feel for you to be a BAM woman? What does that mean? for you?
I am just so honored, and it's a privilege, to be a BAM woman. When I first saw the advertisement for it, and I didn't put in for the first issue because I felt like I wasn't a BAM woman, because
Oh no.
being an entrepreneur is something that I fallen into, but not really my main focus at the
Right.
moment. So I
Right.
thought it was about business, not
Hmm.
so more about being a community activist, because I do see
Yes.
myself as a community activist and an
Yes.
educator. But yes, I'm just honored to be considered a BAM woman, and looking forward to this second edition.
Yes, ma'am. Absolutely. So you mentioned that you were a community activist. So what are some of the things that you do in the East Texas area?
When I got here to Tyler, I made a promise to myself that I was not going to get here and be as busy, as I was in Texarkana.
Uh-huh.
And I'm not um, as busy as I was in Texarkana. I am more busier than I was in Texarkana. I
Yeah.
found myself being asked to be on several committees and boards, and a lot of the veterans group and such as that. And then I chartered my own organization, which is the East Texas National Association of Blacks in Criminal Justice. And it's
Wow.
something that's been a vision of mine since I relocated here to Tyler, because when I got here, I was told that there were only 8% of minorities who were police officers. So I was
Wow.
inquiring about why so little,
Uh-huh.
why are people not wanting to be police officers?
Mhm.
So when I asked several police officers, attorneys, FBI agents, parole, probation officers, if they were interested in coming on board, and they all said yes. So right now we have 17 members, and we
Wow.
just started in July. So I'm really,
Oh, okay. That's good.
yes, I'm really proud of that, and hopefully, we can hold hands with the criminal justice system here, so we can bridge the gap, and build that relationship and that rapport, between the police and the community. So we want to educate, and we're going to start first with the schools and
Mhm.
going and talking about things for as police interaction. Things such as comply now and then complain later, because we look at it, we
Yeah.
rather you walk away alive than be put in a
Mhm.
body bag, because you are and maybe do have the right in that you're speaking, but in this day and time, it's just best to go ahead and comply now,
Yeah,
and then go and
absolutely.
complain later.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I totally agree with that. And I think that's a good thing that you're trying to get everybody kind of rallied around this particular organization, because we do need to see um, good law enforcement, good, protectors, because they're supposed to be protecting us
Absolutely,
and
protect
not
and
fighting
serve.
against us. So I think that that's a great thing, and to know that this type of organization is here in East Texas, I think you're going to bring a good awareness to that. And I really hope that people rally around you and they contact you
Me
and
too.
try to be a part of it, because this is a great thing. We need this right now. Absolutely.
Yes.
All right, darling. So before I let you go, I ask this to all of my people.
Uh-oh.
What nugget or what advice would you give someone that is wanting to get into criminal justice, or wanting to, get into law enforcement, or even teaching it? What advice would you give them getting started that you wish you could have gotten when you got started?
Well, absolutely. And because I majored in criminal justice, but I first started out with social work, and before that, it was fashion merchandising. And
Mhm.
what got me into teaching criminal justice, I worked at the prison in Beaumont, Texas, for 10 years before I went back into the military. And I always wanted to be a teacher since the age of 6. So I actually
Oh.
taught children in the neighborhood at the age of 6. I just went all the way around the mountain and back
Yeah.
again before I got into the teaching field. But if it's something that you really want to do,
Mhm.
my motto is to face fear head on. Don't
Mhm.
be so much concerned with how you feel like your friends and your family will feel. by going into the police force because of things that are going on now. And some feel like it isn't a place for the minority, but it
Mhm.
actually is. We need more minorities, teaching it, working it, so we can make a difference. So just
Right.
face those fears head on. If you're near me, call me and I can help you out, or I'll try to help you out as much as possible and get you on the right track. I have no regrets teaching
Awesome.
criminal justice. I have a passion for it, and I want to see our students learn. I tell them, even if you're not interested in working in the criminal justice field, take the classes so you can learn your rights, so
Yeah.
you can learn how to interact. So when you
Mhm.
speak, you know what you're speaking about.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Knowledge is power. I believe that.
That's my motto also. Education is knowledge. Knowledge
Yes.
is power.
Yes.
Power is respect. And
Mhm.
respect is happiness. My high school students had to say that
Yes.
every day when the bell would ring to end class. That was
I
their
love that. I love that. Say it one more time. One more time for the people.
okay. Education is knowledge. Knowledge is power. Power is respect. And respect is happiness.
That's awesome. I love that. I got to end on that note. That was awesome. I love it. So, thank you so much, Miss Hamilton. I
thank,
appreciate you being a
thank
part of Bam
you.
Woman. We love you. We absolutely support you in everything that you do. And we're going to push you as far as we can possibly push you and beyond.
Thank you
Okay.
so much. Thank you
So,
so
let
much.
everybody know how they can get in touch with you if they have any questions or if they want to be involved in the community activities that you're in. How can they get in touch with you?
Okay, so you can email me, and my email address is lrhamilton44@gmail.com. Or you can look me up on Facebook. My name is reverse. It's actually Hamilton LaRhonda. So send me an inbox, and I will help you out as much as I can.
Awesome. Thank you, beautiful. You are absolutely wonderful. I love
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you so
Love you
much. All
too.
right, guys. So that is the end of our show. And guess what? We just talked about it. Peace out.
Yeah. Thank you.